So, let's be completely honest. Arsenal at the minute aren't the greatest team in the Premier League, and we're even talking about the title race being over for Arsenal. I think that's too hasty. I think that we're too far off the end of the season to be able to conclude that just yet. But Arsenal do need to get some results. Do need to just get something from somewhere, because at the minute their form is not great at all. Arsenal at the minute are 2 games lost and 1 game drawn in the last 3 games. Liverpool are on top right now, on top of the league. Arsenal need to bulk their ideas up, and we could be heading into another banter era for Arsenal. But announcement came out today that Edu, the Arsenal sporting director, will be leaving Arsenal. So that's a tough one for Arsenal, because he was the one who made all the good signings, such as Odegaard, obviously Mikael Moreno, Ricardo Calafiori. So they're going to need someone good to replace him. So it's going to be hard for that one. But Arsenal, are they out of the title race yet? That is the big question. To say whether they're out of the title race yet it's too conclusive, because out of 9 games that have been played so far, they've lost 2, which isn't bad. But for a title race, it's not good. So, yeah, I mean, Liverpool are now in full gear because of City's loss to Bournemouth at the weekend. Liverpool have the advantage. So, that is good for Liverpool, but for Arsenal, they need to think about the future for this football club. They're not going to win titles by losing games or drawing games. They need to win games. And by losing to a Newcastle side that's pretty much bang average, it's not good. It's really not good. They've lost to Bournemouth and Newcastle now, and a draw to Liverpool, which they really needed to win. Which, yes, they got a point out of, but still, it's only a point. It's not 3 points. They've only got 1 point in their last 3 games, which is a massive fall-off compared to their start of the season. Now, this season hasn't been perfect for Arsenal at all. With Martin Odegaard being out for quite a few games now, it's clearly affecting them. Like Rodri is to Man City, it's clearly affecting Arsenal, because when was the last time they won? When was the last time they won, realistically? I honestly can't remember the last team they beat this season. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all for Arsenal at the minute. And I really do think that they need to book their ideas up, because if they don't, this could start to turn nasty for Arsenal. And they play Inter Milan in the Champions League this week, so that will basically be a practice run for the Premier League at the weekend. So yeah, I think this weekend they play Chelsea, which is an even bigger test. They don't have a run of easy games. No one does in the Premier League. It's hard to win games in the Premier League. So, Arsenal just have to try and get at least a win out of this game. If they can't, maybe a draw. But if they want to be still part of this title race by Christmas, they are really going to have to start booking their ideas up and going, right, we need to focus on this title race, because they haven't won a title in 20 years. Longer. So something's got to happen. Something really has to happen. The last trophy they won, in fact, was the FA Cup just a few years ago. But they should be aiming. This is a club that should be aiming for Premier League, Champions League, and it's not working for them in the minute. Now they've got the announcement of Edu leaving. It's not going to fare well for Arsenal. And yeah, without Odegaard, they've really struggled. They really have. I mean, William Saliba was sent off against Bournemouth. He's been a big part of their team this season. Now he's come back. It's not really made a massive difference. He didn't play against Liverpool, hence the draw they got. And he did play at the weekend. But yeah, it's been tough for Arsenal at the minute. It really has. And I just wonder what will happen next with Arsenal. Because they've been playing well for the start of the season. And then it's just taken a weird turn. Like, they haven't won a game since... they haven't won a game in the last 3 games. It's been a loss, a draw, and a loss. Many people were expecting Arsenal to beat Liverpool. That didn't happen. It was a draw. And then many people were obviously expecting them to beat Newcastle, which was again a loss. So it's one way you go. Had they have won that game against Newcastle, they would be in a better position than they are now. They're now 5th in the table. Now, that's not a good position to be in. Yes, it's still very early in the season. We're only in November of the season, but we're nearly halfway through this season. So, sort of December, January time is when we start talking about a title race. January time is where we start talking about a proper title race happening. And this year, I can only see it being between Man City and Liverpool, if Arsenal are not to book their ideas up very soon. Now, I'm a Liverpool fan. I want Liverpool to go at this title race with everything they've got. But Arsenal, if they want to win it, need to do the same thing. Because the results they're getting at the minute aren't great at all. Now, it just didn't look like they really wanted to win that. I mean, obviously they wanted to win that game, but they just didn't really put any effort in when they played Newcastle on Saturday. And the game that Liverpool played on Saturday against Brighton, Liverpool really wanted that. And it just didn't look like Arsenal put any effort in to try and win the game on Saturday. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Arsenal might make a massive turnaround and go 10 games unbeaten this season. But so far, I can only see Arsenal finishing in the top 4 without another Premier League title. But yeah, I do think that Arsenal won't win the league. I don't think that is on the table for Arsenal this year. Had they have not lost to Bournemouth, had they have gotten a draw to Bournemouth, won to Liverpool and gotten a draw to Newcastle, yes, we might possibly still be talking about a Premier League title for Arsenal. But for now, I think a Premier League title for them this season is off the table. Because of the recent results, I don't think it will happen. But as I said at the start of this video, I think it is too hasty this far to say otherwise about them being out of the title race. Another thing, I think people have jumped too quickly to say that Arsenal are out of the title race. Look, it's still only November. We've just only passed October. So, yeah, who knows? Arsenal might be out of the title race, but there might not be. At this minute, you can't really conclude if they are or not, because we're still only in November, and it's only been 2 months of the season. So, like, who knows? They could go on a big streak of wins, say like 9-10 games won, or they could just discombobulate and just crumble and finish in sort of 4th or 5th position. I had Arsenal to win the league at the start of this season. Now I think my own team could win it. I really do. I think, honestly, Liverpool have got a great chance. They really, really have. But for Arsenal, if they want to win this title, if they think they have any chance of winning this title, they need to go out. They need to go at the Premier League trophy with everything they've got. The knives, the spears, everything. They need to go at this title race with everything they have, because if they draw or lose one more game, we might be talking about a Liverpool and Man City title race. And I want to go against Arsenal for this title race, not Man City. Although Man City have been crap without Rodri, they've still got ammunition to win the title. Like, nothing will stop. I mean, so far, Rodri has stopped Man City from getting the results they've wanted to get. Like, they've still got the results. I mean, losing to Bournemouth isn't great, but, you know, that's life. That's football. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. If Arsenal want this title, they're going to have to go at it with everything they've got. You just literally got to go at it with everything. But, yeah. If you enjoyed that video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.